So first of all, good morning and welcome to our webinar. My name is Alexandru Dorobanțu, GM for Romania at Intelligent System, and along with Andreas Jacek, retail technical expert at Ellis Retail, world leading business software producer in the retail industry. We will be your hosts for today. The topic under discussion is transforming retail business with a unified commerce platform. Allow me first to start by making a short introduction of Intelligent System. Intelligent System is a strategic Microsoft Dynamics partner in Central and Eastern Europe. Founded 16 years ago in Sofia, Bulgaria, the company has been continuously growing while providing quality products within Microsoft ecosystem. Products like CRM, ERP, BI, and industry-tailored solutions. Associated with these products comes a wide range of services delivered to the customers at high standards, like software implementation, like project management, like upgrades, international rollouts, digital marketing services, cloud services, and of course, things related to country specifics like localization packages, fiscalization, and local post-implementation support. In terms of numbers, Intelligent System represents a wide range of international projects conducted in more than 55 countries. Over 180 professionals, business consultants, developers, system architects, and technicians. A rich portfolio of 450 plus customers in retail and distribution, automotive, manufacturing, construction, pharma, transportation and logistics, and many more other industries. A company has, in these 16 years, has managed to go beyond the borders of Bulgaria, and at present there are 5 operational offices in 4 countries, besides Bulgaria, in Albania, Turkey, and starting to 2019 in Romania. Wanting to be brief, I will now invite Andreas to share with us the latest insights in terms of industry and product. One thing I want to add is that you all may ask questions during the presentation. They will be recorded and they will be addressed at the end of the webinar during the Q&A session. Okay, Andreas, if you want, you can take over from here and lead us through the added value of Ellis Retail.
Thank you, Alex, for a nice invitation. I will just share my screen. Give me a moment. Screen 2. Okay. So, a nice and warm hello also from my side. My name is Andreas Zajec, and I'm coming from Ellis Retail, the software company which produces solutions for retail companies for around 30 years now. And in our development process, we lean on retail trends around the world and market researches. One of the biggest trends in retail for last several years now is unified commerce. And if we combine it with our retail solution, we get today's title, Unified Commerce and Ellis Central. Okay. In the next 40 minutes or so, we will see what unified commerce is and where actually it is coming from, how to transform or operate and prepare the retail business with unified commerce solution, and how, in what ways, the Ellis Central, our platform, offers unified commerce. Your questions are more than welcome. However, please type them in place for Q&A, And after the presentation, we will go over them and answer all these questions for you. Also, as we are all connecting from our homes, some strange noises can be heard during my speech. So like, I don't know, doorbell or dog bark, please just ignore them. Okay, let's begin. As said before, Ellis Retail leans heavily in retail trends and market researches. And one such market research company is Boston Retail Partners from United States, and they provide several researches per year. 2 years ago, when unified commerce was already forming, one of key outcomes of their yearly survey was that 81% of all retail companies who did the survey said that they will deploy unified commerce platform by the end of this year. Of course, because of this current virus situation, the deployment will most probably prolong into next year, since a lot of retail companies are actually on the standby right now. However, the percentage of retailers who are doing or thinking about unified commerce is so high that the role of the unified commerce is worth to be checked. And yet, what exactly is unified commerce? To best explain what unified commerce is, I will go back sometime in history and then talk it through as evolution of omni-channel. So at the beginning, the retailer had one and only channel for selling the items to the customer. In the time of single channel, the branding was very simple. So that means that the customer knew the retailer and their products, perhaps their behavior too. Now retailers wanted to sell more, and in focusing for this desire, this goal, the other sales channel were invented, forming so-called multi-channel. And in this environment, sales actually went up because retailers were selling some items in physical store through catalog sales, and they even started with the online sales. But because retail company handled channels separately, each channel its own way, the branding of the retailer was not clear to the end customer or actually consumer. The result was scattered, inconsistent brand image on the market. That means that the customer didn't know what actually he bought. Now, retail companies needed to do some steps in order to unify this. And for this, they invented, or it was so-called omnichannel. The major goal of omnichannel was making the retail brand consistent to the end customer, no matter where, on which channel he or she is buying. This was the biggest difference, which meant a lot of work on retailer side with unifying the channels. So the physical store, okay, here I'm, between themselves, online shops, mobile apps, social media presence, and manage them as one system with same look and feel, same image, same brand. Most of the retail companies are in omni-channel mode today, and they know that these integrations are often patched together. There can be data discrepancies, problems, accessing information, delays, even high costs. And so we come to unified commerce, which goes beyond omnichannel with putting the customer really to the center, putting the customer experience at the first. And all of these walls around these different silos needs to be broken down. And leveraging the so-called common commerce platform. Unified commerce with such a platform supports all customers' touch points and sales channels. This eliminates integration issues and supports real-time visibility, enabling the enterprise-wide, so-called, unified view on the customer, on the inventory, on the fulfillment, and so on and so on. And here, the Ellis Retail comes handy. Because as I said before, we are making the software solutions for retail and hospitality. And really, our goal is to make this business easy. And our most complex solution is actually Ellis Central, which is complete end-to-end retail solution. It is centralized. It offers centralized management and visibility. It offers unified commerce, which we are talking about today. It's very flexible when we are talking about the implementation. So it can be implemented on premise, on cloud, or on hybrid version. And we really strongly believe that it offers low cost of ownership to the end retail company to manage the whole business from one software platform. So now how can we combine now? We have unified commerce principle on one side and we have unified commerce platform on the other one. So how now connect them into practice? So we see this as let's say 6 different ways for transforming retail business into the unified commerce or with unified commerce platforms. These are 6 steps from putting the customer experience at the center to knowing your customer and getting personal. And I will go through each and every one in the next slides. And I will combine this with the Ellis Central platform to see how we can offer these steps. So the first one is putting the customer experience at the center. Again, coming from the research, from the Gartner, 89% of retail businesses actually believe that by this year, so again 2020, most competition will be centered around the quality of the customer experience. The customer experience is not enough anymore, but the quality is essential. And it means that every customer or consumer, I'm using the same expression for the same end customer who actually buys something from the retail company, wants to be known. Whenever we are all opening the app on the phone, we want to see, you know, that app greets us. Hey, Louis, in this example. We want to know that we want to, that the retailer knows our size or preference in color. So this is a personalization in the way that the quality of the customer experience is better offered to end customers. So how can we do this with our platform? Well, we are offering member management full support inside of the solution. We implemented the clienteling POS layout in the way that we offer sales associates possibility to align with the customer in the physical store. So this is one of the principles we took from e-commerce. We share customer data on all channels there are. We are using Ellis Omni for this, which is the framework for integrating beyond the ERP. And we are using Ellis Insight for the analytical purposes. So these are only functions which support the first step for putting the customer experience at the center. The next one is that the customer actually became flexible in the shopping. So we say that the retail business needs to become as flexible as shoppers are today. We transformed our shopping experience from, let's say, once per week when we went to the store and just bought whatever we needed into micro moments, of course, that we are buying constantly wherever we are moving, looking on the TV, we are browsing on the web shop, on the internet, we are browsing on the apps when we are driving on the bus. we are looking in the stores, when we are, hiking through the city. So these are all micro moments, and retail companies needs to be there by ensuring the visibility of the brand on all different channels needs to be the same. And all this information which customer needs to decide what he or she will buy needs to be available on all these channels. And also the shopping process needs to be easy, that at the end somebody buys something from us. So how can we support this? Well, same item data needs to be available on all channels. And the easiest way for this is that all information is actually shared and stored in a single database. We introduced the customer order principle in the Ellis Central, which provides the principle of the endless aisle. So we can sell item even if we don't have it in stock. And for reaching out to the mobile apps or e-commerce, again, there is OLS Omni. So reaching out to all different channels there are. The third step was managing returns across the channels. This is very important because the researchers say that 67% of all the customers check the return policy before buying from a retailer. So they are checking how can they return if something goes wrong. And in combination with this fact that almost every one of the customers, or 9 or 10 or 89% of customers who actually have a good return experience are likely to buy again from the same retail company. So these two facts are really focusing on importance of return. And for me, really, this is the easiest task to support in business with a platform, because purchase history, let's say in Ellis Central, is available across all enterprise. You can exchange data from store to store. You can have, again, all the transactions available on all channels. And again, loyalty data is maintained in one database. The hardest process, or the hardest part here, is actually the business process in the retail store or with the retail company as they are. So the easy task for the solution, but the difficult one in the practice. Moving on the fourth task, or the fourth step, is how to give the visibility to the customers which they demand. Now, so nowadays, the majority of customers, like 88% in this research, do research and select options online before heading to the store, meaning that this is also valid for me, that I research on the internet, checking options, and when I decide that something I will buy, I want to know whether the item is actually available, and if it is available, in which store. So they're checking this, and this information needs to be available also on the web or on the mobile portal. How can we support this? Well, inventory visibility is actually available to all stores on all channels. Either these are stationary POSs in the physical stores, or these are mobile POSs, mobile apps, or e-commerce, or even loyalty apps. We also have these clienteling POS and brick and mortar stores. So we can easily browse the items. We can check the inventory again, and seize the opportunity also in the physical stores. And also I emphasize the customer order from within the store, because even if we don't have it on the store, like this can happen, we can take the order and we can fulfill the transaction. So the customer and consumer, he or she does not need to come to the store anymore, but we took the money and then we will somehow deliver the item to the customer who bought the items. So this is all the actions needed to support this. The next one is that the retailer companies, they want to attract the customers in many different ways now, and they're quite imaginative in doing so. One of the, let's say, approaches that they're offering pop-up stores, meaning that they drive with the trucks around the cities where they don't have physical stores, and sell this on the ferries, during the weekends, or let's say like if we have a football team, they took the shirts and scarves and they take them to the team event and they sell them somewhere where they don't have physical stores. Or even in the shopping mall, you can create a pop-up with the selection of your items and sell this only in specific time. The next one are, let's say, courses, workshops, classes. We call these activities. So when you sell, I don't know, a photo camera, you offer also the classes how to use this or how to make a digital photographing, or you have the workshops how to use the barbecue before they buy it, and so on and so on and so on. They can be many examples here. And the last one is actually a combination of verticals which we see nowadays. They are actually happening in the real world. This means that let's say fashion company in a big fashion store with the several stories, they offer, let's say, cafeteria inside of their store. So whenever the customer is actually feeling to have a break, they can sit down, they can order coffees, and they can even pay for the coffee when they are going out with the items that they actually bought. So how can we support this? Well, in our solution, you can support multi-verticals in one store. You can combine retail functionality or retail vertical with the hospitality one. This is one of the good or very known example is IKEA, where they offer restaurants and the normal retail business. And also you can add the activity as well. For example, like a pet stores, if there is a big pet store which sells, I don't know, dog foods or whatever, and you can register yourself for the pet grooming for a specific hour, and at that time the retail business needs to have the resources for doing this, for the places, and so combination of different verticals is quite simple in Ellis central platform. The last one, and very important one actually, is how to know your customers and even get personal with him or her. Nowadays, all these systems, they provide us with a vast amount of different data, and we need to use them in order to actually predict what they are going to buy, to personalize our messages, our offers, and with this, we can impress our customers, and also using our power of artificial intelligence. So this is one when we interact with the customer, and the other one is actually to have a complete 360-degree view of our customers. Here we go. You see the doorbell. How can we do this? Well, we support with a fully integrated member management functionality with the clubs, with the accounts, with the contacts. We are getting information what they bought, whether they are interconnected between themselves. We can have the attributes on the contacts. We can actually create the personalized offers. So in offer management, we can combine them just for the loyalty members or just for a specific person. We introduce the artificial intelligence and we name it Ellis Recommend. So we are using this on a physical store and a POS. We are using Ellis Insight for analytical purposes to get the overview of the customer and for reaching out again from or beyond our ERP, we're using Ellis Omni. So all of this, what I'm talking is just a part of Ellis Central solution. And Ellis Central is actually built atop or inside Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, which is the new name for Dynamics NAV, which most of the world actually knows about this. And Business Central is already coming with the full support for the, let's say, normal modern company, from financial management to project management to supply chain management, for sales and service management. And when we add here the retail functionality and hospitality as well, and Omni, we get this fully full-blown, let's say, one unified commerce platform that the retail company can implement. In the next, I prepared a small demo just for you to see how it works. And for this, I constructed a small scenario. Like in the first, there are three, let's say, parts. In the first part, I will be Jane, our beloved loyalty customer, and she will browse through the web shop and she will order one item. At the second, in the store, I will be a sales manager. I will check the new, let's say, orders which came to the shop, and I will prepare it for the collection. And in the last step, both of them will be together. So Jane will come to the physical store to collect the item, and sales manager or salesperson will assist her doing this by using the POS in the physical store. So for this, just a moment, I have my demo environment here. So this is my server, and I will only use my web browser. So here I prepare the picture. So first, okay, this is crazy. So first step is to buy something on the internet. So for this, I need the browser. This is our demo, let's say, web shop. We are using the partner site Dynamic Web for this. And this is quite, well, nothing special. I mean, in the order of presenting the items and stuff. What is special is that when I touch, for example, on one item, the information and description, the pictures, the price, okay, the cache is running up. This information is defined and maintained in Ellis Central. So what I want to show here, luckily, okay, it turns, come on. This happens on the demo. I usually say that the demos are like kids, you know, they don't behave when you most need them to behave. Okay, what is now? Just a moment. I will just refresh my page, or I will just close down. It was totally perfect in the morning when I tried this out. Okay, here we go again. So when I have this page up and running, and we need this to fulfill the whole scenario, I will just give it some more seconds. Okay, so this is a normal page. It does. So the important information is that when I touch the item description, the item price, which will come here, the item pictures, they're all defined in the back end system, which is Ellis Central in this case. And what I said before is the importance of showing the visibility of the item to the end customer, which is when I press the availability, I can see in which, let's say, which store this item is. I can even say how the quantity. Okay, this is the first information. Then I need to sign in because I'm actually a loyalty member of this store. And when I will sign in, the checkup of the credentials I actually doing in the central system of Ellis Central. So the eShop is using Ellis Omni to send information to the Ellis Central and get back the information whether this Jane is our member, whether the credentials are the same, and gets all this information back to the e-commerce. And for doing this scenario a little bit quicker, I will just order one item. I will just take this one. So here again, we have the information about this item availability. So I will just add this to the cart and fulfill the business. So my purpose is the connection of two channels, not showing the web shop again. So I will go to the checkout, and we have more information on the checkout itself. So I have the addresses. I can modify the addresses where this to be shipped. I can select the way how, let's say, I want this item to be either shipped or collected in the store. I can change my store for a different one. I can see the level of my points. I can reuse the points if this is the case. I see that I get some discount, so I will just accept this and finish this transaction in the web shop. So, but the ultimate test now for me is that I need to get the order number, and the order number will come in this scenario from the Ellis Central. No, it's still early for this one, so okay, here we go. I got the order back, and this is customer order 22. I got in the all this information. The e-commerce shop actually send the confirmation via emails. That's fine with me. I will just log or sign out just to clean behind me and show that we completed the first step. So this was the first step. Now, how can the salesperson in the store shop knows that something awaits for him to do? For this, we need to open the web POS. I will just close this. So we have the web POS, and I'm connected to the store now. So to the store, to the physical store. And I will just show you briefly how this order actually shows on the POS itself. So we don't need to have to go into back office in order to get this information, but we can just fetch it on the POS directly. So I will log in to the POS. I will use my shortcuts for this, staff ID, password. And now this is a simplified clienteling view of the POS, which consists of the basket, some buttons, and that's it. And I will show the powerful when the Jane will come actually to the store. Now my main goal is to find the message, and we hide it here in the retail messages. So I click here and get the messages which are waiting for me. One order is ready for put back because it's a quite old one, and this is the new one. So order 22 is ready for picking. So I will process this message, and I see now in the store what was in this order. So order 22 again, Jane's Linda line item, whatever. Okay, I will now need to go physically to check whether I have this item on stock. I will, let's say, grab this item, put it in the bag, and just confirm what items I have, like marking the lines which I store in my bag. And then when I confirm this, I write down that I put this to the shelf for whatever number 12. And that's it. So I complete it by doing the refresh. Now this message is gone, and that's it for now. So I was able, or I did the step number 2. So finding that information that the order is waiting or needs to be prepared. What was inside? I took the items, I put them in back, I put them somewhere physically, and by confirmation, now the either SMS or email or whatever goes back to the e-commerce or directly to the end customer with information that the order is ready to be collected. Now Jane comes to the store and asks for this order for collection. Okay, and I'm using the same POS for this. I will just start the transaction and ask for the, let's say, which order she's waiting for. And here we have 2 of them. How come 2? Okay, this one is ours. So this one is from testing in the morning. So I will just collect this one. And I have now information that this order 22 is on the shelf number 12. What should be inside? So if we have more than items, I can check. I can again mark some items which perhaps were taken out. I don't know how. Or I just say, yeah, everything is here, and I collect them. So by collecting, I'm just confirming that the customer is actually here with me and she's probably willing to buy this. I have the information about the member here. No, sorry, about here, member contact. So everything came with the customer order. However, if I want to see the total member information, I'll just add her on the transaction. So this is debatable whether this should come immediately with the customer order or not, but this is how it is done by design. So talking about the customer view, we offer this information directly on the POS. So adding the information by scanning the loyalty membership card or adding by, as I have done it. However, when I click on the customer, I get all this information about this. I don't know, purchase history, what she bought, when she bought it, about the offers and coupons which she can use, about the membership status, about the Jane itself. So this is fully modifiable, customizable to your needs. Whatever you want have here or you can have here based on the GDPR or whatever, you can modify this. The point is here that you have this information directly on the post on your tips, as I said, when you are making the sales. Now, for example, now we have the customer in front of us on the physical store. If I'm a man and I don't know exactly what to offer to her, I will use our, let's say, Ellis recommend, which is artificial intelligence, and ask the Cortana what I can offer her. So I get the list of most popular items which was bought based on the information in the basket. So now I can talk with the customer. Okay, perhaps you would like also a skirt or bag or boots or whatever. And since she was looking in the bag or already in the web shop, she goes with the bag and asks for more information about the bag. So whether we only have this one or we have additional one. And for this, I'm going to use our clienteling, let's say, layout, which is that we introduce the catalog approach of the browsing of items and put it on the POS. So we group the items in different categories, which offers the sale person, which is, let's say, talking with the customer, to easily browse through the item, what is this, accessories, no accessories, item repository. So I can go here because I know that the bags are in accessories, and I get the all items. In this demo, we only have 3. And when I press the bag, okay, I need to press twice because we have some. So I have the same information which we saw about this item on our eShop. So the same pictures, the same text, the same attributes, the same probably inventory information, the same price, and I can easily just put it to the cart from here. However, if I want to compare two items, I can do this again directly on the, well, using the on the post or using the tablet in my hands. So I can talk with her whether this is okay. In this case, I don't have much, let's say, attributes to compare to, but I can say at least that this is that price, that is that price. So I think you get the picture. Or let's say if I go perhaps to the cosmetics, here we have more items just for demonstration. I can use attributes which are defined in the system on the retail item cart and use them for drilling down. So, and this clienteling approach helps actually the sales staff to perform the better sales. Okay, back to the bag because I didn't put it in. I want to show you now the difference. So I have this first item which she ordered from the eShop, and I have now bag which comes as a recommendation through our, let's say, artificial intelligence. If I press Ellis recommend again, then I will get a different assortment of the items which are recommended for these sales. So this is the power of artificial intelligence, because based on the basket which is here, based on the sales history of the whole company, or based on the sales history of specific, let's say, customer, we get the response what we can offer or we can recommend based to the customer in the store. I was talking previously about the customer order. For example, in specific circumstances, or if we don't have this on stock, but the customer wants to have it, I can put this information as a customer order, the same customer order which I got the information from the e-commerce shop. But in this case, that this bag, for example, needs to be shipped, and she will not take it with her, even though perhaps I have it on stock, but it's too heavy and she's going for the, I don't know, business meeting. And I'm able to do this directly on post in one transaction. So I will just mark this line as a customer order. And when I press total, so she doesn't want to buy anything more, I'm able to talk through her how she can collect this item, whether in this store here, because I have inventory available, whether in a different store, perhaps she will just pick it up when she's going home, or I can just ship items. And all this setup is done in the back office. And based on the back office, we got all these possibilities here directly on POS. So the sales personnel, they don't need to think about what is going on and what to offer to the end customer. In this demo, I will just select ship items, and I have all this information already. I will just confirm order, and based on the settings, the full payment is needed. Okay, yes. And again, because this is a shipping, I chose shipping. I need to enter the shipping costs, or I don't know, we could have a shipping calculator or select the shipping logistic company. Okay, now I have it, and I'm able to select in one transaction or to collect all the payments upfront. So the customer just pays, and by doing this, I get the information back in the back office that I need to ship the bag, and she takes the trousers with her. And with this, I concluded the last step of this small little demonstration of the Ellis Central. I focus on the front office because it's much prettier than the back office one. So back to my presentation. I have 2 more slides talking about what every business we are powering with Ellis Central. So previously I was talking about the verticals, and we distinguish, I don't know, retail vertical, where we have different styles of retail businesses. Either this is a fashion, or this is, let's say, electronics company store, or this is a furniture store, or the pet store. We can have fully support for the hospitality. It could be this, there are, let's say, fine diners, like a restaurants with the table management and table reservations. Either this is a fast food restaurant with just hamburgers and small stuff. It could be pizza delivery restaurant, or we have these specialties like pharmacy support, forecourt like pumps, or duty-free stores, or with activities we can combine pet stores, wellnesses, and so on. So really a strong variety of all retail businesses we are powering with the Ellis Central. And we are active globally. So we sell our or we have companies, we have our customers almost all around the world. However, we can't do this by ourselves. And this is why we have a strong partner network where, let's say, partners like intelligence systems are helping us with the local support, with the local sales, with the local implementations, and the local fiscalizations perhaps, and translations in different languages. And this is where I will just say big thank for Intelligence Systems for being our partners for many, many years. And I will seize this now opportunity to give back the word to Alex, because this is my last slide. Of course, we are not done yet. We have the Q&A. So I will stop sharing, Alex, and please take it over.
Thank you very much, Andres. I will take it over right away. Let me share my screen with you again.
Do it properly, not like I have done.
Okay, I think it's good. You can.
It is. See. Yeah, thank you.
So, okay, thank you very much. As Andres said in his previous slide, the LS Retail Global Partner Network counts over 350 certified companies in over 85 countries. Intelligent System is among the few partners in the LS ecosystem that demonstrated exceptional performance and dedication to LS retail solutions and customers. This is why in over these 16 years, Intelligent System was awarded among the highest recognitions and prizes given by LS Retail, like becoming certified partner platinum in 2014, reaching diamond in 2015, platinum again in 2017, and currently LS Central Gold certified partner. Also, Microsoft organization recognizes top performing partners. Intelligent System is a part of a selected group of Microsoft Dynamic partners around the world that showed exemplary performance. For example, Inner Circle in 2016 is a recognition that is awarded to only 60 partners out of more than 10,000 Microsoft Dynamics partners worldwide. So from us, all these recognitions coming from Microsoft and from LS Retail, who is leading manufacturer of software, business software applications, and provider of retail know-how at the global level. It's very, very rewarding and gives us strength to carry on in this challenging industry. Just one second, please. Now, a few words about intelligent system deep industry expertise. At this moment, in the organization, there are more than 35 consultants and developers that have a very good command on Ellis retail products. For our region and also for Central and Eastern Europe, this number is among the highest in the partners. In terms of customer portfolio, we proud ourselves to have more than 25 retail customers covering all types of industries, sub-industries like fashion apparel, like FMCG, furniture, and hospitality, and many more others. Of course, we have supported our customers to expand the operations in retail in more than 40 countries in Europe, Asia, and Africa. At this moment, we are handling more than 750 Ellis retail users and more than 2,000 POS devices in 1,000 stores. Now, as I said, in the region we have a rich customer portfolio in terms of retail. As you can see in my slide, we cater for big names in the industry, in fashion industry, in hospitality and restaurants, in sports apparel, FMCG, and even large customers that also provide office supplies. As you can see, the numbers are rather consistent. We're talking about customers that are using our services and our support to cater the solution in more than one country. And one of them are actually deploying their operations in dozens and dozens of stores and restaurants, and using hundreds of POS systems. Of course, a quick overview on our customers in the retail industry. As you can see, we were able to accumulate knowledge and expertise in a wide range of retailers, starting from I don't know, supermarkets, fashion, medical equipment, things like how you call them, for furniture and so on. So basically, having more than 30 retail customers, we consider ourselves a good and optimal option for handling retail business software solutions, and for deploying along with our trusted and all-time partner Ellis Retail, thorough and constructive implementation projects. Okay, from our side, that would be all for today. Thank you again for joining and keeping patience during our webinar. Now, if you have any questions, Andreas will be more than pleasure to answer to them. If not, of course, we are available on email, on telephone, or on any other mean of communication to answer for you.